Alright, this is going to be a video of this 52-inch SMC brand A52 ceiling fan that came at my local Habitat Restore. I actually got it from the Restore as I am a volunteer there. Pretty much what I do for them is ensure the ceiling fans they receive via donation are more presentable than how they previously came in. Before I actually get to demonstrating the fan, I thought I might as well point out that it is remote controlled, as you can see, and this is how I'm going to be operating it. So I'll start out with the light kit. As you can see, this is functioning, and I'm using a single 100-watt daylight incandescent bulb in there. Now it does have a dimmer feature, which I'll also show. And for the fan itself, I'm going to begin with the high speed. Looking at the white piece of tape I attached to one of the blade brackets for RPM indication, I'd say that high is probably going to spin at roughly 245, maybe 250. It is an exceptionally powerful fan and pushes an excellent amount of air, considering that even from back here, I can still feel a decent breeze. As you might notice, it does have a large amount of wobble to it. This is mainly due to the mounting system, and I was really unable to properly secure it in this temporary setup. More about that later on in the video, however. Next, for medium speed, this will spin down considerably to around 135 RPM, possibly 140. I'm really not a huge fan, no pun intended, of the speeds that this remote control kit has. However, since the fan provided no speed pull chain, I'm really not left with any other option. And last, however certainly not least, the low speed, which I'll show with the fan and light on simultaneously. Low is probably going to go at about 65 RPM. It's a really beautiful and graceful low speed in my opinion. Certainly much better than a lot of the newer fans. One surprising thing is that the bearings are nearly perfect, even though it's never been oiled. I decided for the time being I wouldn't actually add any oil to it, due to the bearings being in such great shape. However, later on, I might actually put a little bit just to ensure that they won't be stiff. Anyways, I'll turn the fan off. And now I'm going to be talking about some general information on the fan. The light kit you see on here is not original. I actually added that on myself. I feel that the globe could have been slightly bigger. However, this is the one that I had that matched the fan the best. The main reason for putting the light kit on there is that fans at the Restore generally tend to sell faster with light kits as opposed to without. And plus, even though the globe is slightly small, it does actually complement the theme quite well. Also, this fan is pretty much completely undated, at least as far as I can tell, as I've seen no date sticker on it, unlike the other SMC A52 that I own. I'm thinking that it could have possibly have fell or rubbed off during time, or maybe they forgot to put it on in the factory. To conclude the video here, I'm going to be talking about the fan's pros and cons, and what I would rank it out of 5 stars, beginning with the pros. Overall, it is an extremely well constructed fan. Parts of the housing are actually cast iron, which you definitely don't see these days, at least on most fans. And also, the other metal parts in the fan are very thick and well made. The blades are actually real wood, and once they slow down, I'll show that they reverse to cane. I'm currently using just the plain teak side, however, as the cane has some scratches on it, and honestly, the plain teak looks a little bit classier in my opinion. The fan, of course, is light kit adaptable and can pretty much accept most universal light kits. I did have to make a slight modification to the wiring, as with a lot of older, particularly early 80s SMCs, it had an outlet in the switch housing for an SMC exclusive light kit. Since I actually custom made this fitter myself with some spare parts, that wouldn't do, so I actually rewired it a little bit to accommodate this. Now that the blades have slowed down, I'll actually show the cane side so all you guys can see. And back to a view of the entire fan. As for the cons, I do find the mounting system slightly cumbersome to work with, especially considering that it didn't fully accommodate my mounting system for testing fans, hence why it's a little bit loose. And also, it didn't give me a whole lot of room to install the remote control receiver, and that's due to this being a A52-C, meaning that it most likely would have included a wall control from factory. However, that wasn't present, so I had to use the remote control kit instead. Other than the slight inconvenience of putting the fan up, and the fact that the blades do have some scratches and scuff marks on them, and 2 of the brackets in particular are a little bit tarnished, it's an extremely beautiful and well-made fan, certainly a lot better than the SMCs of today, so I would have to give it 5 out of 5 stars. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed the video, and there's lots more to come.